So This Is Love by Four Curious Dad on AU3. Episode 56, Chapter 20. So This Is Love. So this summer, Sarah got dates to his to-do list. They were the same as their previous outings. Difference would be the atmosphere between them. Sarah tried to make it more romantic. But things were stiff at first, since both of them haven't gotten used to their new status yet. On their first date, Sarah decided that they could go watch a romantic movie, then go to dinner and come back home by 10. The date started okay when they met. Sarah, once again, had one of his best clothes on, and Todoroki was gorgeous. Although he had to borrow some from Sero's, everything was according to his plan, up to when they got to the cinema. The romantic movie Sarah wanted them to watch was sold out. Instead, they had to buy another one, a horror jump scare gore movie. Sarah thought this was his moment to shine, when Todoroki would get scared, close his eyes or hide his face, asking Sarah to help him cutely. How the tables turned. On the one hand, Todoroki was fine with the movie. He was curious as to how they could make things look so real and convincing. He also questioned about the plot hole and the characters' actions that were clearly very unclever. On the other hand, Sarah had just discovered that he was not a fan of gore movies, so he closed his eyes for the second half of it. Sarah thought their date would be better when they got for dinner. The soba restaurant that he looked for on the internet was overloaded with guests since it was a weekend. They had to go to another one nearby. On their way, it suddenly rained cats and dogs, causing the boys to find shelter to wait until it died down. When they finally got to the place, it was closed due to renovations. They didn't have any other choice but to buy rice balls from a convenience store and sit in a nearby park for dinner. "Sorry, Todoroki, this was not how I planned our date," said Sero, very moody and slowly chewing on his rice balls. "I had a lot of fun," said Todoroki, while looking at the rice ball packages. "Really? Why? It was a disaster. It wasn't romantic, nor anything good happened. And now we are soaked. And Aizawa-sensei could kill me if both of us are sick." "Sero, I'm really happy. I'm serious." Todoroki giggled. "Then tell me, because I'm scared that this is the worst date in history of human being." Seeing Sero's doubtful eyes, Todoroki put down his rice ball and slowly explained his date. "Sero, I don't know how dates are supposed to be, but today I had a lot of fun. I rarely watch movies, not to mention horror ones, so I had a chance. And I watched your reaction more throughout. Forgive me, but I found it cute." "Yeah, you did nothing wrong to forgive. I don't think I'm cute by being a scaredy cat with my closed eyes," Sero murmured, but under the streetlights, Todoroki could see Sero's ears turned red. Maybe he was embarrassed when Todoroki called him cute. "No, you are really cute, and I like it. If you hate it so much, next time, let me choose another one." "Yes!" Finally, Sero cheered up, and stopped beating himself for the dates. "So, it is still a great date?" "Indeed." Todoroki nodded. "Even though we had to eat rice balls in the park instead of a soba restaurant?" "Yes, I've never eaten rice balls from a convenience store, you know? So this is my first time, and it's really cool." Sero laughed, happily finished his dinner. For Todoroki, he had always thought of this date as one of the best dates ever. Sero didn't know how handsome he was when he showed up at their meeting point, how cute he was when he squirmed on his seat each time there was a terror sound coming from the movie, how manly and capable of him to shield Todoroki from the rain. Even himself got soaked, Todoroki admitted, but there was nothing more romantic than your lover trying to keep you dry from rain. Actions like that showed they cared. "Well, let's go home now." Sero clapped his hands and was about to stand up when he saw a hand show up. "Yeah, let's go." Todoroki took his hand out, waiting patiently for Sero. "I could see you glancing back and forth all the time today. First, I didn't understand, but now I do. You want to hold hands, right?" "Sweet." Todoroki flashed another smile, grabbed Todoroki's hand. They stayed that way until the end of the date. The new semester began, which meant all the UA students had to move to the dorms. Both Shinso and Todoroki had to leave Aizawa's house and go to the first-year hero course of UA. Both of them were going to be the newest members of 1A's class. Todoroki looked around to his corner in Shinso's room. Aizawa wanted him to have a separate room, but he didn't see the need of it when they were going to be in a dorm for the next year. Since he stayed with Aizawa, it was a short period of time, but he had more personal stuff than he was used to when he was at home. He felt sad when he thought of leaving this place. "You could come back any time, kiddo," Aizawa said when he came into the room to offer them some help for packing. "We're not going anywhere." Not only because he felt safe and had a great time, but also Aizawa's house was the place where he could hang out with Eri, the cat, unlike Koda, the boy who had a quirk that allowed him to communicate with animals. Thus, he was allowed to have a pet. Todoroki couldn't bring the cat to the dorm. "You're learning to become a hero, not a wizard. You don't have to bring a cat, Todoroki." Shinso rolled his eyes when he saw how sneakily Todoroki was when he put Eri into his bag. "Are you done, young listeners?" Hisashi's voice from the front door could be heard louder, even in Shinso's room. "Yes, we're coming," Shinso screamed back. "Come on, let's go." He picked up his bag and led his way. Todoroki followed behind. Shinso felt his phone buzz for a message. "Shinso, where are you? Is everything okay?" "On our way." "Yes, he has no clue." When they got to UA, the first thing they did was listen to Aizawa's lectures. He told the whole class how disappointed he was when the rescue mission happened, how he was going to expel them all. Finally, he ended with encouraging them to work harder in the future. "One more thing. From today, our class will have 2 new members, Shinso and Todoroki. Well, you guys know each other, so we don't have to do any introductions. Get into the dorms and get used to it." Thus, the 1A class followed Aizawa into the building. Before that, the students were all cheering, hugging or patting Shinso and Todoroki to congratulate them. "Hey." Sero greeted Todoroki. They each gave each other a hug. Then Sero lifted Todoroki up and spun him around. "Congrats on getting into UA." They both laughed and ended with a small kiss. "Ugh, get a room." Bakugo Katsuki just walked by and had to witness it. "Each of us will have a room, of course." "Let's go and see if we get 2 rooms next to each other. It's gonna be fun." "Yes, let's go." Todoroki was so excited, he pulled out Sero's arms, following Aizawa to enter the dorm. Because of that, he missed that Sero secretly exchanged eye contact with Shinso, Mina, Midoriya, and the rest of the class that followed behind them. The 1A class spent their whole afternoon unpacking. Just like Sero's expectation, he got a room next to Todoroki. They could be neighbors and visit each other's room at night. "Okay, stop, Sero. Remember, PG." After a quick dinner, when the whole class found out Bakugo was an excellent chef, the girls started a room showcasing competition. Surprisingly, Todoroki didn't show his anticipation, but he was willing to stay and show his room. Okay, I wonder what the girls did. Not the girls. And what? Sorry, I just read the girls and okay. I wonder what Sero is going to do. Like, I think it mentioned Sero, Midoriya, Shinso. It was one more person. I forgot the other person, but whatever. So, like, what do they have planned? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I also think the next episode might be the last. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be the last or it's going to be the second to last, but I believe it might be the last. Let me check. Yeah, I think it's going to be the last. Yeah, it's going to definitely be the last. The next one is going to be the last, but do not remember a new fic is going to replace this one. I need to goddamn draw that. It's going to be Cat Days. It is a gen fic, I believe, if I remember correctly. Cat Days, yep, gen fic. Is there any ships? I marked it as a gen fic, but there could be, like, ships in it. So let me check what ships are in it. But overall, the story is a gen story. Does that make sense? You guys do know the difference between a gen story having ships in it and a ship fanfic, right? Yeah. But yeah, it is a gen fic. And the relationships, here's the relationship tags. Aizawa and Izuku Midoriya and not X or slash. Aizawa and Izuku Midoriya. So friendship, right? What? It's not Eraser Mike? I'm upset. It has Eraserhead and Present Mike. There's no slash. No! Okay. Izuku and Hisashi Midoriya. What? No, Hisashi. Izuku and Hisashi. Ida and Izuku. Izuku and Todoroki. Izuku and Shinso. Bakugo and Izuku. There is no ships at all in this fic. Like, at all. At all. What? I'm still sad that it's not Eraser Mike, at the very least. In my head, they're married. In my head, they're married. They're married. Okay, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.